Shocked if they go cornerback in the first round. Shocked. The team feels better. There's tweet 2. The team feels better about the offensive line than the fans do, in part because Terrell Crosby, but also because of Bevel's schematic desires. I was reliably told his plan for the offensive line / blocking was a big selling point in his hiring. Crosby, by the way, was a sixth or seventh round pick out of Oregon, offensive tackle, who hasn't played much. Tweet 3. They spent a great deal of time checking out the wide receivers in both Mobile and St. Pete, where the Senior Bowl and the Shrine Bowl were. Almost inordinately so relative to the other positions. Draw your own conclusions there, but we know the Senior Bowl wide receivers were no, the Senior Bowl wide receivers came off quite a bit better than advertised. Chris Burke, writer for The Athletic, follows up with the following tweet. Seconded. I actually think it's looking more and more possible they go offense in round 1. If they go offense, is it acceptable for you? As a fan, yeah, it is. Here's why. Or no, it's not. And here's why. You and I both agree an offensive tackle, a dominant offensive tackle, will be hard to pass on given this offense. And the depth of defense in this draft means you'll probably be able to get, I shouldn't say probably, but you can run into a situation where some really good talent falls into the second round because there's so much defensive depth. So I kind of like that theory, that approach. 248-539-9797. Ticket text 97136. Let's go to Martin in Wixom. Hi, Martin.
What up, my boys? How we doing?
We're good,
all right, Martin.
How are you?
I miss you guys.
Oh, it's been a while.
How's school going?
School? Well, I don't go to school, man. I'm a successful businessman. Listen.
Other Martin.
Oh, wrong Martin. My bad. My bad.
That's right. The other one goes and gets his hair done. Hair school. Last couple of years, Quinn has never picked the guy that we thought he was going to pick. He always goes off the chain or just surprises us with some weird pick. And I really believe Kyler Murray is his guy. And I think he's going to try to do a Drew Brees kind of Hill kind of situation, run the ball, put him out on wide receiver, and try to scare Stafford into having a good year this year with what he's got, whatever he drafts. But I really believe Kyler Murray's our pick for the first-round pick is what Quinn's going after.
Wow.
And I think he's the guy that – and I will be extremely happy with that pick. And I know we need tight end, receiver, off. I get it. But having someone scare the crap out of Stafford saying, if you don't straighten up, that's your replacement, might help this team grow and become a 10-6, 11-5 team because Stafford knows he's on the trading block, he's going to get cut, or he's going to lose his job to some rookie.
Martin, I'm intrigued by your wording here because your wording was you think this is what he's going to do, not what you want him to do. What you think it's what he's going to do. Is there anything where he's tipped his hand or any reason you believe that?
No, I mean, I think bringing in the OC is similar. We need a guy similar to what Russell is, and I think Kyler Murray represents that guy because he can do a lot. But I just think Quinn is not stupid. Everybody's not stupid here. Everybody hears the rumbling and the noises and how the fans feel about Stafford. So I think Quinn needs to protect his job, his boy Patricia, this organization by saying, all right, let's get a quarterback and see what we can do and maybe kind of do put him in there and put him on an outrun or do a Hill and Breeze and put him in for, the offense where he gets the ball and runs the first down for that extra yard.
Look,
if you really look at it, the logic, it's there where it makes sense instead of getting an OT or a tight end.
I mean, when we did our mock draft last Friday, Kyler Murray got the second most votes. This is something that fans definitely are thinking about.
I think even fans that don't want it would still say, it would have kind of the feeling I do. That's awesome. Oh, crap. What they just do. I mean, you can't help but be mesmerized by the talent that he has and think, what would it look like with the Lions? And at the same time, can't think that it might be a wasted resource given other needs on this team and the contract that they've got Stafford tied to.
It's basically always scary when the Lions try and do the smartest guy in the room thing and do something out of the box.
Well, but it may not be.
But that doesn't mean you don't try it.
It may not be that far outside the box when you start thinking down the road, okay, how many more years is Stafford going to be here? I mean, in the NFL that was 12 years ago, this would be a move that some teams would make. The Packers did it.
I guess, but
draft their guy that's going to be the heir apparent and, sit on the bench for a couple of years, and there you go.
What I keep hearing is the following. It doesn't matter if you're a 5'8" quarterback. It doesn't matter anymore. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. And until we see it, I guess I'm kind of reluctant to believe it. 248-539-9797. Let's go to Scott in Wyandotte. You're next. Hi, Scott.
Hey, guys. How you doing today?
Okay. Thank you for calling.
Hey, guys. I'm not quite sure how I feel about going offense or defense. I've probably been on the side of them going defense more, but the one guy that I really do like that I think could help them is the wide receiver out of Arizona State, N'Keal Harry.
Yeah.
And then the other guy that I would really love to see them take, they would kind of have a power back as well as a finesse back, is the running back out of Kentucky. And I can't remember his first name. His last name, I think, is Snell.
Snell, yeah.
Benny Snell.
Yeah, but where have you guys? Do you guys know where he might be projected to go? Because I haven't seen anything yet on him.
I did not see him projected in the first 2 rounds. Last I looked, but these things will change. You better gauge after the combine, but because he's not, I don't think he's the fastest running back out there, but he's SEC's all-time leading rusher, and that's hard to ignore when you've got that kind of a pedigree there.
No, absolutely. I just thought that the way I saw him play in a couple games this year, just watching ESPN, I just thought he was a pretty talented back. And, in today's NFL, it seems like you have to have more than one running back. So I thought he gave them the dynamic they were looking for in LeGarrette Blount this year, but didn't quite get. But
according to Kuiper, Benny Snell is the 8th best running back coming out. He's behind a guy that I really like, David Montgomery out of Iowa State, and I'm going to maintain I'm going to be a Wes Hills fan through this entire day. Yeah, I love long legs, Wes Hill, but there's Snell isn't considered right now, at least, and Gator's right. Until they and some of the underclassmen get to the combine and work out, we probably won't hear much about him, but that doesn't mean his stock can't go up, or he might be a guy you've identified that's a perfect late-round steal. 248-539-9797. Next up is Dave in Clinton Township. Hi, Dave.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Hey.
So you had a couple calls back taking a quarterback in the first because you want to scare Stafford. How do you scare a guy who's making $60 million guaranteed regardless if he plays or not?
It's a good question.
Yeah, I don't think you do.
And if you're going to pay a guy that much money, you shouldn't have to scare him with another guy. And this team needs too many other things to worry about 2 years down the road.
Well, Dave, I don't think if they were to draft Kyler Murray, the intention isn't to scare or motivate Matthew Stafford. I think the intention is that's your quarterback down the road. They've already looked to replace it. I mean, there's no other reason.
I just don't want to put that much money into one position, especially if we're going to be a running team.
Well, but you're not. If you add Kyler Murray, draft him in the first round, I mean, the first-round picks don't get near the money that they got when Stafford was drafted first overall because of the new rules with the cap and all that. So it's not – I mean, it would be an issue if they wanted to keep Stafford and keep Murray after Murray's first contract, but that's 4 years down the road.
There's too many other good players. And, if they're, the true Patriot way, I don't see him taking a quarterback in the first round.
I don't either. I don't think it's going to happen, but it's going to get talked about a lot. And I kind of feel like because, and I'm going to say it and duck for cover, I think fans overvalue a quarterback who can run. It's nice. It's a skill set that's useful, but it's way down the list for me. But because of that, I think this is going to get talked about in every NFL town. 248-539-9797, open line. Coming up today at 12:05. If you missed, we presented some data earlier that I thought was very interesting. It's kind of a deep dive into what Detroit Lions fans think. We'll get to that today at 12:05. And at 12:30, has famously happened to thousands of people in America. Has it ever happened to you? Jacob Monroe sends us a text. No way they should go offense in the first with what they could get defensively at 8. Jake, if it's and here's the argument for it. If it's a deep defensive draft, you can get defensive talent in the second round.